Hey guys, Tyraku here. Today, I want to make this the first video of a few part series. What that series is going to be is how to build a blank type champion. Now, if there's any specific role of champion that you want to know how to build, definitely leave it in the comment section down below. Join the Discord, which is also in the description and probably is the top pinned comment. Join that, let me know. I definitely want to know what kind of roles you want to see me build. This isn't going to be a how to build a Stag Knight or how to build Madame Saris guide, but instead more of a universal type like structure you should take whenever building champions who fit these specific roles. Now, this video specifically, I am going to be rebuilding my Stag Knight. So this is going to be a how to build a support debuffer champion, or somebody who applies debuffs to the enemy. Now, there are different ways Stag Knight can be built. You can build this specific champion as a somewhat damage dealer, maybe. I've seen him do a decent amount of damage, but that's more so like in-game gear. Now, you'll see right here, my Stag Knight is already geared. We look at his stats are already good. He does very well for what he does for me. I have him built out with accuracy, but what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and invest all my resources into this video. No, I'm just kidding. But raid charges sometimes too much to switch gear off. Actually, 50,000, that's not bad. I feel like that's okay. Well, we can afford that for this video. I'm gonna take off all of my gear. I didn't try to put effort into memorizing what gear went where. So I'm not going to put the same gear on. Most likely, I may find some similar pieces of gear. But what I want to do is I want to show you firsthand what my thought process is when I am gearing a champion. And now this champion, Stag Knight, his role is going to be applying debuffs. So decrease attack, decrease defense, and decrease speed. My goal with Stag Knight is I want him to be able to apply the debuffs. I want him to be able to survive decently. Like, I don't want him to lose all of his survivability. And I want him to be able to go fast enough that he's going before any of my big damage dealing champions, such as Skullcrown. So my Skullcrown's speed is 201. If I can get Stag Knight to apply the debuffs and go faster than Skullcrown, that would be the goal. Now, I'm going to build Stag Knight in two different ways. First off, I'm not going to equip a banner for the first time. I do have the Great Hall fully maxed out for Spirit Affinity, so I do have 90 accuracy already built into his kit. But first off, I'm not going to put a banner on. I'm going to show you how I would gear him without a banner, and then I'm going to show you how I would gear him with a banner included, so an accuracy banner, in other words. First off, let's start with the boots, all right? So boots, I said this in other videos, I say this on stream all the time. Just go in here, click boots, and then click speed. That's really all you need to do. There's no situation where a Stag Knight wouldn't be wearing speed boots, and if there is, let me know, because that would be news to me. But what I'm going to do is look for speed. Now, with a debuff champion, you want them to do one of a few things. Like with Stag Knight specifically, I want him to apply his debuffs, so I'm going to need to look for some accuracy most likely. I want him to survive, so things like defense percent, HP percent are great. I'm going to go ahead and sort by accuracy, since I have a decent amount of gear. Now this gear is going to be probably a little bit higher level than like beginners, but this does still, the same principles apply. You are going to sort by the same things. Obviously, if you don't have accuracy as a substat, you could look for maybe an accuracy set. As you can see here, I don't have an accuracy set. I do have some already equipped, so even this isn't bad. I mean, this gives me the 15 accuracy. He's not going super fast, but we can compensate for the speed and other places down the road. And you know what? I will go ahead and do this just because this first gearing is going to be as if I was fairly new to the game fairly early. And obviously, my gear is going to be a little bit further than a player who's very new, but I won't be using like top tier, fully leveled up crazy gear. So I'm going to try to give as realistic of an example as I possibly can. Now, let's get off of equipped. The next piece I want to look for, I would kind of like to look for a top row piece of gear. So when I'm working on the set bonuses, the top row pieces of gear are not as crucial to have like the best main stats. Like, well, obviously the main stats are all the same. Weapons always attack, helmets always HP, shields are always defense, just flat defense, no percentage there. So if I want to complete the accuracy set, what I'm going to do is look at these top pieces, all right? So you'll see here, I do have a decent haul of accuracy set pieces. Now, I know when I equip one of these, even if it has 0 accuracy, I'm going to gain 40 accuracy, 46. I guess it's gonna have mastery, but I'm gonna gain some accuracy from doing this. See that plus 40 accuracy, which you can't see that. Let me hide my webcam real quick. So you'll see that at the bottom it says plus 40 accuracy, the 2p set bonus. I know if I equip this, I'm gonna get extra accuracy. Now, ideally, I would find something with accuracy already in it, just to help my chances when I'm gearing him later on, to know that he actually has enough accuracy to apply the debuffs. With that said, I didn't even mention what kind of accuracy you want to be shooting for. If you're going for dungeons, you want to shoot for about 10 times the stage number. So stage 12, you need about 120 accuracy. Stage 20, about 200 accuracy. Now for arena, if you're playing in higher tier arena, you're going to want to shoot for probably 250 plus accuracy. The more accuracy you have, the better. Now that's like gold 4 and higher. For the clan boss, anything 250 and above will get you through Ultra Nightmare, no problem. Nightmare, I typically look for like 200. Brutal, I'm not for sure exactly what that is. I want to say like 180, but typically I'm shooting for 200 in most places because that gets me through all the dungeons on stage 20, plus works for Nightmare Clan Boss. So in this video, I'm going to be shooting for a little bit over 200 just to compensate for that extra 90 or that extra 80 accuracy that I have. So let's find something from this top row. This obviously is a good piece. I'm not going to equip that though because it's fully upgraded. So let's try to do this without equipping anything like super crazy, just to take into account the players who are fairly newer. They may not have this higher end gear. Now, when it comes to my next pieces, you'll see here, my Stag Knight so far, he only has 2 pieces equipped. So obviously he's not going to be crazy right now. His accuracy is looking good. Keep in mind, we do have 80 still. His speed, pretty low. I want to shoot for like 180 plus speed. I would really like to get him above that 200. Make sure he's going before my damage dealers because that's going to apply the decreased defense and they're going to hit harder. So he definitely needs some more speed. Let's take a look at some of these bottom row pieces of gear. Since we already have this set piece complete, let's look down here to see some of the bottom pieces. Now, whenever you're a newer player, if you're earlier on in the game, there is no problem whatsoever with equipping a accuracy main stat chest plate. Actually, I recommend that. Now this chest plate, you can see it's not the best chest plate. Like, it doesn't have a ton of survivability. It doesn't have any extra speed, but it is a speed set piece. So that means if I go to this top row of gear, I can find a piece of speed gear that will give me some extra speed because of the set bonus. So this is actually a good chest plate, and it gave me 78 accuracy. A 5-star chest plate, even if you had an uncommon piece, this isn't bad whatsoever. So like I said, let's go to this top row, see if we can find something with speed, because we really need speed right now. Let's throw in maybe some accuracy. Let's narrow this down a little bit more. This isn't crucial. Right now, I am wanting to focus more on speed because I have 3 slots left to fill. I am very low on speed, and my accuracy is pushing the point where I'm pretty comfortable with where this is at. So let's see what the speed pieces are looking like right now. So we have a shield with 8 speed. Obviously, these pieces are going to be leveled up. Let's put that speed on there. You'll see that shield had 8 speed, but whenever I equipped it, let's look at the big boost it gives me. 23 extra speed. Because of the complete speed set, it's super, super helpful. So that boosts us from what, 130 to now we're at 160 basically. Now when it comes to the weapon and gloves, what I'm really looking for now is I'm still needing a lot of speed. But when it comes to gloves, I really can't do anything else. Like, if we had crazy gear, I could definitely go something like crit rate or crit damage, but we're doing early game player type gear. So here, what I'm going to be looking for is something to really help boost my speed. Let's see if we have any speed pieces with speed. Okay, look, obviously this stat is not a huge deal. This is like stage 20 of dungeons gearing, but a common piece I would say is pretty obtainable for most players. And this has accuracy, so it's even better for us. Now, we're not even gonna look through anything else. When you're early game player, the set bonuses are very massive for you. I mean, you can see whenever I complete these speed pieces, like just watch this. When I get this weapon, that's an extra 19 speed from that. I mean, it's a, what, 15 speed just from the set bonus being complete, and then an extra 4 from this weapon. It's incredible. That's so much extra speed. And same thing with this accuracy. Like, that's 40 extra accuracy just from having those set bonuses be complete. Now, whenever I get into gearing him more for like the later game stuff, you're not going to see me having to necessarily complete these speed sets as much. Not as big of a deal because I have plenty of extra stats to go around. But as you can see here, the Stagnite is built out. We haven't rolled this at all. We could probably use a little bit more speed here, but we have no jewelry whatsoever. We are missing some speed on some of our gear, but this Stagnite right now is built to a spot where he could do stage 20 in the dungeons, no problem. He would definitely survive. Now you may need somebody to keep him alive, a little bit of extra help, a little bit of support. It's not a big deal. Will definitely help secure him. His HP is a little bit low, but it's not even bad. His defense 2k, not bad either. His speed, like I said, I would like for this to be pushed up a little bit higher. I could throw in the banner, like I mentioned before, and definitely get his higher speed and take it up to close to that 200 mark. But like I said, this is going to be an early game gearing section, so I'm not going to worry about doing that. But other than that, this Stagnite's looking really good. Take away that 80 accuracy that we had from the Great Hall, and you're looking at about 200 accuracy or so. That's actually an excellent built Stagnite, and 186 speed is not bad at all. You could even slow down your damage dealer to make sure the Stagnite did his debuffs before they went. Now, let me go through here real quick and change his gear around to what more of an in-game player's gear would be. So I'm gonna start off with a banner. I'm gonna replace this chest plate with something else to help make sure he stays alive a little bit longer, maybe give him definitely give him more speed. So now we're gonna focus on giving him more speed to make sure he goes before our damage dealer, and heck, we'll give him a little extra defense as well, just to let him survive a little bit longer. Now, if my gear was absolutely crazy, I would definitely be going the route of like crit rate, crit damage, along with some more damaging abilities. His stuff does scale off of attack, but I'm not in that position to really do that. But having more HP and defense never hurts. So with this, let's go through the banners. I have this one leveled up, this one, and this one. So looking at these three banners, basically the differences are this one has the non-speed, this one has a lot of attack. I'm going to value, oh, actually this is 96 accuracy. So if I really want my Stagnite to do good, I think this is actually the better piece to go with, because I don't have to worry about accuracy from other pieces as much now. I really don't have to go with accuracy for anything. I mean, this is a 6-star banner versus a 5-star banner. We're going to get a little bit of extra damage out of this. We still get a little bit of extra defense. I think this banner definitely wins out. Now, when it comes to necklace, let's see what we're looking at. Obviously, this is the one I had equipped before. This one has crit damage, so if I was going to go that crit rate build, I would definitely level this thing up. It does have accuracy here as well, so that would really help us out a ton. I mean, this is actually a really good necklace if I could get him to that 100% crit rate. But since I'm not too worried about Stagnite doing a ton of damage, I'm going to throw this necklace on him like I had before. These other ones, they're just not going to be as good. It has defense, a little more survivability, has accuracy. Perfect. I really like this build. Now, this Stagnite, this is a good amount of accuracy if I was doing like high-end arena. My Stagnite is not my arena champion though. He won't be because I have Madame Saris. So we're not going to worry about him going in the arena. So really all I need is like 250 accuracy at the most. That's all he would need. 250 accuracy being for Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. I'm really not even going to use him there. So he's good where he's at. Now with these rings, something like this would actually probably be better than this one that I had. If this rolled like 2 times in defense percent or even in the attack percent, we can get some extra damage with him. But since we're not like, and the point where Stagnite is right now for the level 20 dungeons, his role of applying debuffs, he's doing perfect with that role. He doesn't need a ton more survivability. He doesn't need a ton more damage to do well. He's not really gonna make the runs that much faster if he's hitting a little bit harder, because with my gear, I'm not actually able to take him to hit like massive amounts harder. So I'm just going to worry about getting him to a 250 accuracy, making him quite a bit faster, and then going from there. Now with the chest plate, like I said earlier, I'm not too worried about him having his set bonuses complete right now, because we have enough stats where we don't have to complete the set bonuses. We'll be good either way. When it comes to the chest plate though, I do like the idea of going something more like a defense percent or HP percent, but looking at this again, I mean, I know I just said that we don't have the damage to do a ton, but I'm kind of looking at this like, okay, I may actually want to try this Stagnite with some damage, because we do have a chest plate that's attack percent, has HP percent, and good crit rate. I actually had this on my Skull Crown for a little while. That's why I swapped it. That's why it's not there no more. I actually replaced it from Skull Crown. But I could try this. I mean, if his defense, I want it to stay like 2,000, 2,500, somewhere around there. If I can get this to make sense with like crit rate gloves or something, maybe we run it. I haven't built Stagnite for like heavy damage in a very, very long time. I know I have a pair of gloves right here, actually, the Savage set, that does have some crit damage built in. Obviously, get these pieces taken to 16. That'd be perfect for him. Like I said, we're not worried about the set bonuses here, and we're still rocking a very, very healthy number of accuracy. So right now, I think I'm liking this build. I'll get these to 16 later on. Not worried about doing it in this video because it's going to take too long. I mean, and too much silver is going to be wasted doing that. So we're not going to worry about that necessarily. When it comes to this top row pieces, they're not bad. I do need to squeeze out quite a bit more speed. A good chunk of that speed will come from the boots, though. So let's see if we have any 6-star fully leveled up speed boots. Yeah, I guess that's just a dream. Obviously, we don't have that. Not a big deal. Okay, well, it's because I hit the wrong thing. Okay, here we go, here we go. I know we had some faster boots in here. So let's see. Obviously, if I had some crit damage, this is actually, I didn't have this on him before, but hey, I'll throw it on there now. We're down in that 250 accuracy range. It's kind of where I want to stay. I don't really want to drop any lower than that, personally. That feels like a good amount. Now, when it comes to his speed, obviously we're going to need to boost the speed. Like I said, I do value him going before anybody else in my team over doing more damage. So let's see if we have a pair of speed gloves that have crit rate on them. So Elaine is wearing some. We don't actually get any extra speed. Let's go with this helmet real quick so we can complete this set and see what it's looking like. So when it comes to this, we have a 9 speed there. We'll throw on some gloves as well to see what everything's looking like. And we've changed these. Perfect. 15 speed. And then he is at 198. We push a little bit more speed out of him. Wouldn't be a problem. Let's see what we're looking like up here. I kind of want to go faster than Skull Crown. Perfect. This does it right here. So he's at 209. He's faster than our Skull Crown. 239 accuracy. A little bit less than that 250. Not a huge deal. His crit rate is sitting at 88%. I can go down here and replace these gloves with maybe a 6-star crit rate. Or I can just do this. Either one's fine. But if I want to try him with crit rate, this looks like a pretty good overall Stagnite build. This is more of a in-game build. If I swap this defense for, if I swap this crit rate for defense, he's going to have much more survivability. Obviously, all I would do is just throw on this defense pair of gloves, and then I would just go in here to this attack percent chest plate, swap that out. Let's do attack and defense, turn off equipped, and then we'll just throw on something like, it doesn't really matter what we throw on here. It's going to help him out either way. Throw on something like this. Now he's at 3,000 defense, 35,000 HP. He's going to survive anything that throws at him, and he's still going much faster than our Skull Crown. When it comes to dungeons, you don't need to go extremely fast. But overall, guys, this is how I go about gearing my support debuff champions. You want your accuracy to be at a good range for your goals in the game. You want your speed to make sense. You want your champions to go before your big damage dealers, so they get that decreased defense on the enemies, and then your damage dealers hit them. And you just want them to be able to survive. I mean, a dead support is a useless support, so keep that in mind. But let me know what roles you want me to do videos on next, guys. Thank you very much for watching this video. I hope it helped you out, and I'll catch you all in the next video.